the world of the gods, no one is born perfect. Rejected by his mother and cast from Mount Olympus, Hephaestus was raised in a sea cave and became the forger of armor for heroes and traps for intrigue. Today we explore Hephaestus's journey from wound to forge, a tale of talent, revenge, and creativity. Born into drama, Hephaestus had an entry rivaling any modern soap opera. His mom, Hera, was less than thrilled about his looks. Some say she alone mothered him to one-up Zeus for birthing Athena. Others implicate Zeus too, tying him in as dad. Whichever story you pick, one thing is clear: Hephaestus got a raw start. One version says that during a Zeus-Hera quarrel, Hephaestus sided with Mom. This displeased Zeus, leading to an unceremonious eviction off Mount Olympus. But rather than splat on the ground, Hephaestus landed with ocean goddesses Thetis and Eurynome. They scooped him up and raised him in a sea cave, teaching him craft intricacies. Life on Lemnos wasn't total exile. Here, Hephaestus honed his skills and built his first forge. With metal and fire, he created art, making jewelry that awed even gods. His craftsmanship set him apart, even as myths paint him as the awkward kid outcast by celestial peers. Despite this rocky start, Hephaestus showcased inner fire. He plotted ingenious revenge on his mother. His masterpiece? A cunningly crafted golden throne delivered as a gift to Hera. This wasn't just any chair. It trapped her upon sitting. It took a drunken Dionysus to coax Hephaestus back to Olympus to free her. These early life escapades framed Hephaestus as an underdog with a hammer. They shaped his identity beyond just a god of fire and metal. He exemplified resilience, the poster child for what to do if life pushes you off a metaphorical, or in his case, quite literal, cliff. Hephaestus, the divine equivalent of your local genius blacksmith, crafted more than just the cosmos's finest bling. He had his mallet striking across pivotal tales in Greek mythos, taking his skills from crafting to world-altering. Remember Pandora and her infamous box? Which wasn't even a box but a jar? Yep, blame Hephaestus for that too. Zeus commissioned Hephaestus to sculpt the first woman, Pandora, out of clay as payback for Prometheus swiping fire for mankind. Hephaestus's skilled hands formed her, and the gods threw in qualities like beauty, charm, and curiosity. An ancient recipe for disaster. Then there's his naughty marriage to Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Think of it as coupling a master blacksmith with an influencer model. It's going to make headlines. When Hephaestus discovered Aphrodite's affair with Ares, he showcased his metallurgy mastery through a trap worthy of a reality TV revenge plot. He crafted an intricate unbreakable net, catching Ares and Aphrodite in the act, turning their dealings into a public spectacle with an Olympian audience. Our forged friend also didn't skip the council of the Trojan War. Remember Achilles' lethal yet snazzy armor? This wasn't department store stuff. It was custom forged and fire-tempered by Hephaestus himself. Thus, Hephaestus wasn't just hammering out gear, but leaving molten gold fingerprints on tales of love, vengeance, and mythical combat. He ran a side hustle called Enthralling Myths, Inc., establishing himself firmly within the divine soap operas and among mortal chronicles, all while batting anvil away from the chaos he periodically unleashed. Representing a god like Hephaestus requires more than your standard-issue halo and holy light. Picture a celestial garage sale with lots of heavy-duty tools. At the forefront of his emblematic toolkit are the anvil and hammer. unmistakable marks of his trade as a master craftsman and inventor. The anvil isn't just a heavy paperweight for Hephaestus, but the crucible of his creativity, where metal sings and magic happens. Beyond tools, Hephaestus taps into fire like a pyrotechnics wizard. This is not the fire you roast marshmallows over, unless you're into the marshmallow equivalent of molten lava. We're talking about the elemental kind, both destructive and creative, a power Hephaestus wielded with the flair of a mythological Tony Stark. Let's not forget Hephaestus's uncanny knack for innovation, way before Silicon Valleys were cool. He did the whole smart home thing with magical automatons long before it required Wi-Fi. We're talking golden servant girls and mechanical contraptions that put every Roomba to shame. Add to that his less celebrated but equally stunning side hustle, healing and restoration. Back when medicine involved a lot more incense and hope than actual science, Hephaestus was crafting ointments that could heal wounds and even restore sight. Symbols of Hephaestus, anvil and hammer, volcano fire tongs, donkey. So next time you hear about Hephaestus, picture him surrounded by dancing flames, wielding tools of celestial efficacy, and shaping the world through the transformative power of fire and ingenuity. Whether he's crafting killer armor, healing the mortally wounded, or devising the next automated wonder, Hephaestus remains the quintessential symbol of resilience, creativity, and a touch of fiery mischief. If Hephaestus's life were a cookbook, you'd find an eclectic mix of family recipes, some sweet, some spicy, and a fair share downright volatile. His relationships bore the full brunt of his thunderous beginnings, each playing a pivotal part in the godly paradox that was his life. Take Zeus, for instance. The king of gods and Hephaestus had quite the strained dynamic. Imagine being chucked from Olympus as a celestial disciplinary tactic. Naturally, it spelled daddy issues in golden Olympian letters. Yet, despite these familial fireworks, Hephaestus showcased resilience, crafting divine shields for Zeus's informal gatherings like the Trojan War. Now, let's not skip over Hera, the mother whose love was as elusive as a unicorn at a horse convention. Hera's initial rejection of Hephaestus set the tone for a relationship that wobbled between estrangement and comedy of Ares-esque reconciliation. That infamous golden throne wasn't just a seat. It was Hephaestus's ingenious blend of craftsmanship and cheeky rebellion. Aphrodite further complicated Hephaestus's divine soap opera. Married to a supermodel goddess, although he looked more like a construction worker, Hephaestus had his fair share of insecurities. Aphrodite's not-so-secret affair with Ares was akin to ancient Greek TMZ headlines. Hephaestus might have been temporarily thwarted in love, but let's face it, crafting an unbreakable trap for your rival isn't just clever, it's endearingly human. On to Ares, the brother-in-arms Hephaestus never asked for. Their rivalry was like a cosmic tug-of-war, except the rope was Aphrodite's affections and mortal respect. Where Ares was all biceps and bluster, Hephaestus's appeal lay in his brainy blend of skill and strategy. In the end, if the familial scuffles seemed like an eternal rerun, Hephaestus rose above, crafting harmony from the discord of divine drama. He's shown as the master metalworker who did more than just create legendary armor. He underlined that relationships, much like his legendary creations, need resilience, repair, and sometimes a little fire. Hephaestus, the original job market forge smith, has left a trail of sparks throughout art, literature, and pop culture. Let's be real. In the grand story of mythology, Hephaestus is the unsung hero linking the charred past with our binge-watching present. Throughout history, artists have depicted Hephaestus in countless forms, from classic statues of antiquity to Renaissance paintings that capture his robust character, often with an anvil or hammer in hand. These portrayals are not just picturesque expressions of a powerful god, but celebrations of the artisan's spirit, where brawn and brains meet bronze. Literature, too, has been enamored with our forge-tastic deity. Stories and plays from classical periods to modern adaptations have all lauded Hephaestus's unyielding determination against the backdrop of his Olympian oddball status. Writers have embraced his complexity, portraying him as the rugged underdog of divine dramas, wielding his tools and wits against challenges loftier than Mount Olympus itself. Now, on to pop culture, where Hephaestus's influence is more explosive than a rogue volcano. This isn't just a god known for cameo appearances. Hephaestus is the grandfather of every steampunk gadget, every fantastical forge, and every fire-breathing apparatus that graces our silver screens and comic book pages. He burns brightly behind the scenes, inspiring characters who masterfully blend old-world craftsmanship with modern-day ingenuity. In essence, Hephaestus epitomizes more than just godly craftsmanship. He embodies the eternal flame of creativity, like molten metal forging new forms. His legacy reshapes our perspectives on resilience and innovation. Whether through lofty stories or pixels on a screen, Hephaestus is the mythological muse proving that amid life's fiery trials, what truly gleams is the enduring spirit to innovate and transform. Hephaestus, the god of fire and craftsmanship, shows us that resilience and creativity can forge a path through even the most challenging circumstances. His story is a testament to the power of innovation and the ability to transform adversity into something extraordinary. As we reflect on his legacy, we are reminded that in the fires of life, it's our spirit and ingenuity that truly shine. Hephaestus teaches us that sometimes fierce fire can forge great things. Which of his inventions or revenge moves impressed you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to discover more legends. Thanks, and see you in the next video.